Hello friends, welcome back in my another lecture in sampling. Today I'm going to solve some more problems on a maximum likelihood estimator. So first problem is consider a random sample of size n. This is taken from a uniform population whose density function is given this one. Its value is 1 when x lies between theta minus half and theta plus half, and theta is a real number. It lies between minus infinity and infinity, and this is an unknown population parameter. We have to find maximum likelihood estimator for a theta, right? So first of all, given density function is given f of x theta, its value is 1 when theta minus half is less than x, means x lies between theta minus half and theta plus half, and unknown population parameter, this is a any real number, right? In this way, therefore likelihood function L, this will be equal to product f of xi theta, and in this case I is varying from 1 to n because random sample is of size n. Substitute the value of this density function, its value is 1 from equation 1, right? So in this product, how many terms are there? This is 1, how many time? N time, and which is equal to 1, right? This implies log L, this will be equal to log 1, and which is equal to 0, because since log 1 is equal to 0. So in this way we are getting a logarithm of likelihood function to be 0. Now the likelihood equation is given as, this is partial derivative of log L with respect to unknown population parameter theta, which is equal to 0. Substitute the value of log L. This is partial derivative of 0 with respect to theta is equal to 0. That is partial derivative of 0 with respect to 0 is 0. So 0 is equal to 0, which is true. Which is true as we want to make L maximum, L को हमको तो L maximum चाहिए, and from this condition and from above condition we are not getting any clue. इस क्वेश्चन से तुम्हारे को कुछ भी नहीं मिल रहा है because we are not getting any solution of this equation. Therefore we will find maximum likelihood estimator for theta by some other mean, or you can say method, right? If x1 in bracket 2 x2 in bracket, in this way xn in bracket be of ordered sample from a given population. Let us put this is ordered sample in the given population, so that ordered sample means whatever is written in bracket, that is the size of this sample observation. So higher the number in bracket, larger with the sample observation, right? So in this way it means this is the smallest sample observation and x, and this is the largest of sample observation, so that from this range, because x is there, so that theta minus half, this is less than equal to x1 in bracket x2 in bracket, continue in this way x n in bracket, and which is further less than equal to theta plus half. and this is from the given condition. From I have used here given condition because theta minus half and theta plus x lies between theta minus half and theta plus half, and x this one because x1 is less than x2, larger the number, smaller is the smaller sample observation. So in this way xn is the largest observation and which is further less than theta plus half. This implies L will be maximum. L will be maximum if theta minus half is less than first of the sample observation and nth observation is less than theta plus half, right? So that is, we can say theta is less than sample observation 1 plus half and xn minus half, this is less than theta plus half, this is less than theta, right? Hence for every statistic p, and which is a function of random sample of size n, such that for every statistic is this such that xn minus half is less than t x1 x2, this statistics will lies between these two, x1 plus half, x1 plus half, right? This is because of this one, since of equation 2. So it means for every statistics t which lies between you can see x minus half is less than theta and theta is further less than x half plus x1 plus half. So every statistic which lies in this range provides a maximum likelihood estimator for theta, right? So every statistics which lies in this range will provide maximum likelihood for theta. So this is all about this question. Let's take one more example. Obtain the maximum likelihood estimator of theta if density function is this one where x lies between 0 and 1 based on an independent sample of size n. Also we have to examine whether this estimate is sufficient for theta or not, right? So given what is density function is given f of x theta, its value is given to be 1 plus theta into x raised to power theta where x lies between 0 and 1, right? Therefore likelihood function L, which is equal to product of this density function f of x I theta, and in this case I is varying from 1 to n, which further equal to product, substitute the value of density function, this is 1 plus theta, so in place of x this will be x I raised to power theta, I is varying from 1 to n. Now open this product, 1 plus theta how many time? N time, right? And x1 raised to power theta, x2 raised to power theta, so this is a product xi theta, and in this product I is varying from 1 to n. So after opening this product we are getting this one. Let us put this to be equation number 1. This is L. Now taking log of this one, this implies log of L. Use the formula here, log m raised to power n log m into n log m upon n, these kinds of functions, right? So this will be log of 1 plus theta raised to power n plus log of product xi raised to power theta, in this product I is varying from 1 to n, so which is further equal to, use this formula, So this will be n log 1 plus theta. This is log, open this product, so this will be x1 raised to power theta, x2 raised to power theta, so on xn raised to power theta in this way, which is further equal to n log 1 plus theta plus, now applying this formula, so this will be log of x1 raised to power theta plus log of x2 raised to power theta plus 1 continue log of xn raised to power theta, which is further equal to log 1 n log 1 plus theta. Use now first formula, so this will be theta will be common everywhere, so inside we are getting log x1 plus log x2 plus 1 continue log xn, because using this formula in every these terms, right? So which is further equal to n log 1 plus theta, this is log x1 log x2 means this is summation log xi, and in this summation I is varying from 1 to n. Let us put this to be equation number 1. This is log L, right? Now the likelihood equation for estimating theta is, this will be partial derivative of log L with respect to theta is equal to 0. This implies, now differentiate this equation with respect to theta, so x is constant, with respect to theta means this is log n constant, log derivative 1 plus theta, and 1 plus theta derivative is 1. Similarly theta derivative is 1, so we are left with the log summation log xi, because in this factor is constant, in this summation I is varying from 1 to n is equal to 0. This further implies n, after taking LCM, this will be n plus 1 plus theta summation log xi, in this summation I is varying from 1 to n is equal to 0, and the factor in denominator 1 plus theta due to cross multiplication goes to right hand side, and that is 0. So this further implies 1 plus theta summation log xi is equal to minus n, in this summation I is varying from 1 to n. This further implies 1 plus theta is equal to minus n upon summation log xi, and in this summation I is varying from 1 to 1 to n, so which is further equal to minus n upon summation log xi. So we want to find actually theta, so this will be minus 1, right? That is maximum likelihood estimator for theta is given as theta cap, which is equal to minus n upon summation log xi minus 1, and in this summation I is varying from 1 to n. So this is the maximum likelihood estimator for estimating theta, right? Now further we want to show that whether this estimator that we have evaluated just now, this one, let us put this to be equation number 3, whether this is sufficient estimator for theta or not. Let's see. Further as you know, L is given to be we have just evaluated 1 plus theta raised to power n into product xi raised to power theta, and in this product I is varying from 1 to n, right? Which further can be written as 1 plus theta raised to power n into product xi raised to power theta minus 1, and this product I is varying from 1 to n, bracket close, into, we can write here summation xi raised to power xi, in this summation I is varying from 1 to n, right? If you multiply this factor and this factor, this is still xi raised to power theta, so we can write in this way. Let us put this to be equation number 4, right? Since y factorization theorem, that is t of x is any tx is any statistic. This sufficient, tx is sufficient for theta if and only if the joint density function, let us suppose that is LCA, right, of the sample values can be expressed as L is equal to function g, which is in term of x g naught into h x, where g naught, this is function in term of this one depends on theta and x. This is clear. This g, this depend on theta as well as x, and hx is independent of theta, independent of theta, right? Therefore, so if you compare this result with this one, this function is purely in term of x, right? This is also purely in term of x, so we can say that, so just like tx is sufficient for theta, so hx means this is also sufficient for theta. Compare this general result with this one, so this implies product xi, I in this case is varying from 1 to n, is sufficient estimator, or you can say statistic, this is because this is function in terms of x, statistics for a theta. Also from question 3, we know maximum likelihood estimator theta cap is minus n upon summation log xi minus 1. In this summation I is varying from 1 to n. See here, since summation log xi, in this summation I is varying from 1 to n, if you open this one, so this will be log x1 plus log x2 plus so on continue log xn, right? So which can be written as log x1 x2 dash dash xn because of the log m into n formula, which further can be written as log, this is now product xi, and in this product I is varying from 1 to n, right? So using this result here, so the value of this one is this one, which is equal to minus n upon log product xi, and I is varying from 1 to n minus 1, right? That is, so what we are getting, n is constant, 1 is constant, and this product xi is sufficient statistics or estimator for theta. So theta cap is also sufficient estimator for theta, because this depend directly on this one, right? Because everything is constant there, n is constant, log is constant, 1 is constant, so we can say that is right hand side of our equation is 1-to-1 function of sufficient statistics, product xi I is varying from 1 to n, this one, this implies theta cap is also sufficient estimator for unknown population parameter theta. This is what we want to check. So dear friends, what we have learned in this lecture, or so what is maximum likelihood estimator, right? What is maximum likelihood estimator? In this case, we find first we define first of all likelihood function, then we write the likelihood equation, partial derivative of log L with respect to unknown population theta is equal to 0, either this one or partial derivative of log L with respect to theta is equal to 0, depending on whether unknown population parameter is simple or a vector valued, and in both case the solution of these two equations is denoted by theta k. Whatever is the solution, that we will denote by theta k, whether the unknown population parameter is a simple or in a vector valued form, right? So this is all about this lecture. Thank you. And this is also all about maximum likelihood estimator.